Timothy is instructed, discover and grow the gifts within you. Fan those gifts until they burst into flames, perhaps a Pentecostal flame filled with Spirit moving out into all of the world. Timothy is reminded, remember the faith in those before you, a sincere faith, leading others to do amazing things, a faith now ingrained in your very own soul. And Timothy is told, God did not give you a spirit of timidity, but a spirit of power, a spirit of love, a spirit of self-discipline. 4th Street, don't give in to the spirit of timidity. Move boldly into the future. Reach outside those doors even further. Draw others through those doors in even more welcoming ways with even deeper warmth and love. Become even more multicultural than you have been for nearly 50 years. Become intercultural, become interdependent with people from the vast array of cultures in our midst, outside our doors, around our world. Living into a vision of the future church is a discovery process of learning how to meet the needs of a vast array of cultures, often cultures not readily found in the Presbyterian Church USA. Cultures including a variety of family arrangements, youth and young adult cultures, different socioeconomic cultures, LGBT cultures, ethnic and racial cultures, all kinds of cultures. The 21st century church is not about trying to make them, those different from us, fit into our community. It's not about making them do things our way. It's about discovering they really are a part of us. We really are a part of them. We really are, each one of us, a remarkable, valued child of God. We are truly interconnected, interdependent. We need each other, all of the each others, the whole vast variety of us in order to be the whole people of God. Actually, in the end, what all of this is really about is an openness to getting on board with this new thing God is doing in the church, this exciting new thing that is happening in our very own time and place. What God is doing will happen with us or without us. If you find yourself wanting to deny the powerful energy of youth and young adults and some of the advantages of their tech-savvy way of life, if you find yourself resisting the reality of the vast varieties of cultural differences, diversity of all kinds, surrounding us in increasingly close and visible ways, if you find yourself wanting to pretend Presbyterian churches can just keep moving along the same path, it may be time to realize the church is indeed going through a huge transformative shift with changes so amazing the Reformation may look unremarkable by comparison. Growing, dynamic churches will find ways to be relevant on this shifting ground, ways to embrace and welcome in the energy surging around us, showing us new ways to see and understand God. Is there a place in all of this newness for our traditions and history? Is there any place for 4th Street's traditions and 4th Street's history in this new thing God is doing? Absolutely. And the role is critically important. As the world changes, as the church changes, as everything becomes new, the tradition and the history can serve as guides, pointing a way to go, exposing past mistakes from which to learn, participating in shaping the church that God is calling into being. So what do we do now? How can we be part of the Spirit's movement in the church of the 21st century? How do we bring our tradition, our history, in any relevant way to the complex conversations that are going on? Our first task is to listen. Listen to our youth, to our young adults. Listen to the diverse voices in our midst from a rich multitude of socioeconomic conditions, from an energizing mix of ethnicities and race, from a rainbow variety of identities, orientations, and lifestyles. Listen in the city outside our door. Listen to the cries, to the dreams, to the good efforts and work that are already going on, to the grassroots movements springing up in our midst. Listen. Listen carefully. And when I say listen, to younger generations, to wonderful diversity around us, to the city surrounding us, I mean listen to really hear and understand. Listen with openness of heart and spirit, not with a mind to persuade the other, but with the predisposition to learn from the other. And as we listen and learn together how to follow the Spirit of the living Christ from our innermost being, will spring living water, flowing out to all who thirst. Will you pray with me? Ever creative and creating God, open our hearts, our minds, our spirits to this new thing you are doing in our midst. Calm our anxieties, enliven our spirits as we live into a vision, into your vision for Fort Street as a relevant church for now and for the future. Help us set aside our timidity and replace it with a spirit of power and love and self-discipline as we walk the Jesus way. Amen.